be talking about the matches. And then, yeah, all the title matches, regular matches, and the Battle Royal. So, what should we talk about first?
I think we should start with the Battle Royal. That's some not very known competitors, but gives someone a chance to get their StuffyMania moment.
And did we say Team Pokemon has a shot at it?
Pretty much the entire Team Pokemon except Arceus is in there, so.
What do you think about Floof winning with 2?
I mean, Wolf 2 showed pretty amazing strength. I mean, he beat me earlier this year, so if he could do that, I think he can win the Battle Royal. But I think what all of the competitors need to focus on is going after Team Pokemon. And maybe if they succeed to get them out, then they'll fight to see who will get that final spot in the ring.
So is there any underdogs bracketed you? I think one would definitely be Blackie. Possibly Bun Bun too.
Bun Bun doesn't fight very much, so I don't know, maybe Bun Bun's been training. Maybe we'll get to see something we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, Bun Bun's been really close in Wednesday Night Stuffies last year of winning Battle Royals.
Yeah.
So the next match we'll move on to is the Triple Threat. Was going to be a fatal 4-way, but no little fishy around, so kind of sucked for a little fishy. So who you liking in this match, Jacob?
Well, Slugtide has been pretty interesting at times, but Simba has also shown some pretty decent strength at times as well, so I think it could go either way between those two. And who knows, maybe Green Lantern top will shock us.
I think it's going to be Simba. Slugtide has been interesting, but I think it's going to be Simba. Green Lantern just does not have what it takes. Well, moving on to the next one. Barry versus Brownie. What do you think about this match, Jacob?
Well, Barry has definitely been showing a little bit of tension these last 2 or 3 weeks, and he's really eager to get into this match. I don't know, I feel like Barry might have a lot of pent-up rage or something that he might bring out today. He'd come on top against Brownie.
Because it's definitely had one, right?
I mean, if it was for that, I would think it would be against the Wolf, but that's not the case here, obviously, so. And Barry doesn't have the greatest StuffyMania record, so who knows, maybe he can pull out a win today against Brownie.
I think Brownie has a good shot at winning this. Not to take anything from Barry, but Brownie needs a win after losing so horribly against Will 5 and Murder With.
Brownie, no doubt, Brownie has shown that he's been pretty impressive sometimes. When he started last year, he definitely brought an impact.
Maybe he just has a problem against the Wolves.
He just may have not had a proper chance to show it yet. Maybe he'll show it today.
Well, moving on to this next one. I'm pretty sure you know who Jay's going to go for in this match, but the Wolf Shield versus Team Little Puppy.
This one to me, honestly, like you would think I'd go for the Wolf Shield, and I am of course rooting for the Wolf Shield, but no doubt, Slick since his debut has made a really impactful. He's won a lot of matches. He went toe to toe with Puppy, and that was his first loss in SWE, but regardless, it was a hell of a match. And I don't know, and Teamed up with Ruffy. I mean, Ruffy's obviously been a very impressive fighter as well. It was, I think, the first SWE champion, so I don't know. Should be an interesting match between those two teams.
I gotta go with Team Little Puppy here. But it should be interesting if the Wolf Shield can actually defend those titles.
It's been a long standing thing that the Wolf Shield has had trouble fighting Ruffy, but mainly, I guess, if they try to focus on getting Slick out of the way, they could go after Ruffy on the 2-on-1.
The Wolf Shield has been every challenge that's been thrown their way. Team Little Puffy, Team Beanie, the Tots, Team Pokemon.
Even Team Bracket.
Yeah. And Team Q. So, it's gonna be hard to beat the Wolf Shield. And you very well know that.
I've been up against the Wolf Shield before, and it's not easy.
So, the next match after that would be Taigi versus Penguin. Now, it seems like you know Penguin better than anyone. You think he has a chance against Taigi?
I mean, if he shows the strength that he had at StuffyMania 2, I think he definitely has a chance. But Taigi, after seeing when he returned, he's definitely got a lot of power in him, and it's going to be interesting to see if Penguin even stands a chance today.
How much momentum do you think you gained from being Puppy and Raka?
Well, not so much from Puppy, because obviously, like, it wasn't really even that much of a match. He kind of just destroyed Puppy, and that was pretty much just that. And Bracket, well, I mean, you can easily get a lot of momentum if you meet Bracket, because he's not exactly an easy opponent, so I think he has a pretty good amount of momentum going into this match.
I think Taigi has this one. Penguin has not fought in a while. Either here in SAE or SAO. So he might have a lot of ring rust.
Well, if he's been keeping his training up, then maybe he'll at least get a decent chance today.
Okay, this next match is definitely interesting. Henry versus George.
I think I'm gonna have to go with George again on this one. George has beaten Henry every single time those two have stepped in the ring, and
You don't think Henry has a chance?
Henry has definitely been impressive, and he's shown a lot of power since SWE started. But it's just when it comes to George, he just can't do anything.
To be fair, Henry has slacked off since he lost his win streak to level 5.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe he'll finally conquer that one thing that he just couldn't get past, and not beating George.
What does Henry have to do to beat George?
Well, I think he really has to hold his stamina. He has to like try to endure those hits more. And if he doesn't, well, it's just gonna be another George win.
Last time we saw George fight, though, there was a lot of power out of this.
Yeah, that's really pushing me to believe George is gonna win again.
You can get you roughing your money a little bit.
Sure something.
Okay, our next one is like 2 underdogs match. Even though this is for the US title. Bear versus John Bear.
What can you say about that? I mean, Bear, he's been known to superplex Panda. It's happened a couple times. He's like, I don't think anyone would expect that little bear to do something as big as that.
Any weird he has been able to do to his other opponents though?
I'm just not sure if he's really tried. I mean, when he's fought John Bear and he fought Lemon Lime Tot, like, yeah, like, he's been able to easily suplex them. And imagining, like, if he could superplex Panda, I'm pretty sure he can superplex anyone else here, except maybe me. But even then, you never know.
So, Becca, what's John Bear's chances of winning against Bear? Well, John Bear is definitely going to have to try something new because Bear has been on a roll. He's being Wolfy, being a Wolf 1. Bear's definitely gaining a lot of momentum for his latest matches. But I think John Bear might be able to pull it off. We just have to wait and see. Who do you think is going to do?
I can't really say for sure. I think we just have to see the match, and who wins wins.
Okay, our next match is Australian Raw's match between Puppy and Tangley. Now these two have a lot of history, especially with their other teammate Ruffy. But what does Puppy have to do to beat Pang?
Honestly, I don't really know. I mean, when they were in the ring, obviously, last time it didn't go so well for Puppy, but I don't know. Maybe Puppy will pull out a lot of anger. Like, every time Puppy has come back, he's always shown massive strength, and he's always won. Not so much in the matches, but when he came back.
The only problem I see with Puppy is he's lost the last 3 matches he's been in.
Yeah, he's been on a little downfall lately, but he could pick it back up today. I mean, Puppy hasn't exactly had the biggest win-loss, or the best win-loss ratio this year, but I still wouldn't take anything away from him.
Well, somebody has to stop Pang. He's tried to injure Wolf 5. He's injured Puppy. He's injured Slick. But Puppy's definitely got to do something here.
I think if Puppy's not careful, he can get injured again. Just really gonna have to watch out for those TDTs.
Well, before we came on the air, definitely, Puppy retaliated against Pang, putting him through wood. Is Pang 100%?
I mean, I haven't heard any word, but Pang seems to be doing fine. He was pretty amped up yesterday, trying to just have the time fly by so he can get in this match. If there's definitely any weakness, though, it'll come out.
Well, the one after that, it's definitely a personal one. Ryder Wolf and Arceus. Now, I know you want Ryder Wolf to win, but can you win?
Well, Arceus has always been the toughest out of the Pokemon. Dragonite, obviously, showing some strength, but Arceus, he's still the leader of the Pokemon. He's still the top. I wouldn't take anything away from regular Wolf, but he hasn't been showing the greatest stamina lately. He can do like really powerful hits, but as far as taking them, it's a different story.
He has been one of those that's beaten Puppy, though. That was a big win for Ryder Wolf. Not once, but twice he did.
Well, I guess we would just have to see. I mean, obviously this is going to be a match that all the Pokemon and all of us on the Wolf Show are going to be watching. You know, maybe there will be a big brawl after the match happens. But obviously, Wolf 5 and I, we have our own match, so.
We all know what Pokemon's goal is, and that's to take over SIE. I'm sure most of the fighters want Regular Wolf to win. Just because of that fact. If Arceus wins, it could change a lot of things.
Yeah, this is kind of like, this is gonna be the end of it if, like, whoever wins, like, they take that for their team and they move on. I mean, I'm sure Pokemon will probably still come after the Wolf Shield in the future. There's no doubt about that, but obviously, if Arceus can beat Regular Wolf, then that's gonna cement Team Pokemon as the #1 team.
You think they'll also go after the rest of the 4 down the road?
I think they'll probably try to pick us off one by one and come after it later.
Who is the leader? You or Wolf 5?
Well, I guess we'll find out tonight. Because it's always been said in the Wolf Shield, if one of the members of the Wolf Shield beats the current leader, they become the leader.
So far there's been 3.
Well, between me and Wolf 5, I guess we're in a way both leaders, but whoever wins tonight will become the official Wolf Shield leader.
Well, the next one is deadly interesting. Brackabill versus Doggy for the IC title. Now you've been in the ring with both though.
Yeah, one of the most recent shows, as a matter of fact. We had a triple threat match.
And you've been out 1-on-1 against both of them before.
Well, countless times.
Who has the better shot?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to choose at this point. Braca has definitely been one to throw powerful hits, but the stamina is where he lacks. And as far as Doggy, I believe it's the same way. So as the match goes on, I feel like it's going to be more interesting. It's going to be harder for them to keep getting back up. Eventually, one of them, if not both of them, will give out. So
You think it's a lot because of age?
it could very well be, but at the same time, like, they're both, like, the two, like, obviously besides me, of course, they're the two biggest names in SWE, so.
I think some, like a puppy and Wolf 5 would have something to say about that one.
Maybe, but, I mean, Wolf 5 and Puppy are probably, no doubt, the two most popular, but as far as, like, most known, I'm pretty sure it would be Brack and Doggy.
Well, moving on. Well, yeah, I don't even know what to say about this match, really, because it's been a lot of domination by a certain champion. But it's Wolf 5 versus Pano versus Jacob. Now, we've seen what Wolf 5's been able to do lately. He's been destroying all his challengers. And everyone's already saying Wolf 5's won this match.
Oh, I mean, I could pretty much say the same thing for all of the other matches today, or the last show, or any show from the past 3 seasons and this season. You never really know who's gonna win the match until it's over. Wolf 5, yeah, he's definitely been pretty dominant this year. He's gone on a big streak and he's still undefeated as of right now, as far as 2017 goes. Wolf 5 obviously won the the World Heavyweight title back, and with that, like, he's gotten that power to where when you are defending that title, you fight harder. And that's another thing that's going to make it a little bit harder to win, because the champion always fights harder on their defense than when they don't have the title.
So, Bracket, does Pena have a chance on this? Well, So far, it doesn't really look like it, but I know Panda's gonna try his hardest. But it has seemed like Jacob in Wolf 5 is kind of put Panda down.
I haven't put him down. Wolf 5 has. I've been trying to tell Wolf that, like, no, this is gonna be one of the most hardcore triple threat matches we've had, like an old-fashioned Extreme Rules match. I'm not saying it'll beat something like we had like 10 years ago or something, but as far as match, like, destructiveness, I guess you could say, I think this will definitely be like one of those old school matches.
I think Wolf I might have this one because, well, you had a hard time being Panda. Wolf 5 just flat out Panda. It just took one steer.
And I also gotta think though, me and Wolf 5 have been fighting together for years now. Especially as of the Wolf Shield era. I know him pretty well, and he knows me pretty well. And obviously I've been fighting Panda since the day I debuted in SWE. I literally fought him in my first match.
Ain't it gonna be hard to beat Wolf 5 though, since you two pretty much think alike?
Well, with that being said though, it's also gonna make it that much harder for him beating me. Because, I mean, it's not impossible to think the new strategy, get some new moves, obviously. But the fact that we both know each other as well as we do, and that we've been teammates in and out since, like, about StuffyMania season of 2015, it's definitely gonna make the match interesting if it really is just me versus Wolf throughout a majority of the match. And I'm not really sure how things are gonna go. It's gonna be pretty interesting.
Well, I got one more question. What match are you looking forward to the most that you guys ain't in?
Well, I think I'd have to say Bracken and Doggy.
I had to go with the triple threat match, but you can't forget that tag team match. Well, Shield versus Team Little Puppy. It's gonna be one heck of a top match. Well, that's all the matches we'll have for the main show, so we're gonna sign off and we'll see you at StuffyMania 3. Well, which will be next.